Okay, listen, let's talk for a second. So, this whole idea of selling your soul, first of all, you cannot sell your soul, all right? You cannot sell your soul. No one is buying your soul. That's first thing. The second thing is that selling your soul, believe that is a concept that has been a trend in what I would call new age spirituality, modern spirituality. I do not think that that is an ancient concept. The third thing is that I think that selling your soul is a religious indoctrination result. It is a result of religious dogma. It is a result of religious conditioning. Why do I say that? Because when a person says that they sold their soul, they are also saying that something greater than themselves, something greater outside of them, took control over their actions. Okay? What does this have to do with religion? Because religion programs people to believe the same thing. That is why so many Christians, so many other the Abrahamic religions mainly, that's why the concept of a devil or a demon or demons is constantly thrown in your face. That's why the concept of you choosing a god or a devil is constantly the message. That's the foundation of those Abrahamic religions. And what that does when you adopt that doctrine, it becomes a part of your identity, okay? And so you live your life in a way where you truly honestly believe that there is something outside of you that can force you to do something. And whether the something you label as good or bad doesn't matter. That concept, that adoption, that story, that limitation, you live with that consciousness, thinking that something outside of you is forcing you to take some action or causing you to take some action. Therefore, you give up your sovereignty, number one. Excuse me, you give up your magic, number one. Number two, you give up your creative power to create your external environment, number three. And you also give up your accountability for your actions. And whether that is you doing something or saying something, any type of action, okay? And so when you hear someone say, oh, they sold their soul, really what they're saying is, I wanted something so bad. Instead of them saying, instead of them saying, I wanted something so bad that I was willing to do whatever it took for me to get that thing or those things or whatever. I was willing to live out of integrity to get that thing, to get the result that I wanted, that I did this. Instead of them saying that and taking accountability, they say they sold their soul. that is equal to religion, to a religious person saying, oh, the devil is messing up my life, or the devil is busy, or I am going to wait on God, or I'm going to give this, whatever this is, to God. Instead of them embracing their creative power and their authority and their sovereignty, saying, yes, I see something on the external is not what I desire. It doesn't feel right, but I know that I have the power and wisdom and authority within me to positively affect change swiftly in my external environment to see what I want to see. And religion does not teach that. Religion teaches you that you have no accountability and you have no power. Your accountability is your power. Your accountability is your creation power. So, also what comes with knowing that you're powerful, understanding who you are as a sovereign being, before you can really embrace that and understand that, it involves you knowing yourself. So oftentimes when we hear people say, oh, they sold their soul, we hear a lot of these examples when you have someone that is in the music industry, right? So we've seen young women artists, and the one that I'm thinking of, I can't think of her name, but she did a video crying about how she sold her soul. She didn't understand the contract and she doesn't want to do music anymore. Number one, when you have a desire, it's natural to have a desire. It's natural to have a desire. It's natural to have dreams, to have things that you want to do, to be able to say, this is how I want to live my life. This is what I want to do in my life. This is how I want to live my life. It is natural for you to be honest with that. I am for you getting into the practice of speaking your desire, saying it out loud, hearing yourself saying what you want. At the same time, you have to know yourself. You have to question, okay, where is this desire coming from? Is this desire truly what I want, or is this desire because I want to prove something to somebody, or because I think I should be at a certain level in my life, or is this to compete with someone? Or am I feeling so impatient? Do I have such a grip on this desire? Am I willing to remain in my integrity? Yes, to take action where I need to take action. But why am I taking this action? To get to that desire. Why am I talking to this person to get this, to have this desire, to have this result? Part of you knowing yourself, knowing where the energy, where the what action you're taking, or what frequency and what energy is in your action, that needs to be the focus. Is your action out of desperation to get this desired result? Or are you simply taking this action toward that thing that you desire because it feels inspiring, it feels expansive? Or are you taking this action out of force because you feel like you have to make something happen, because this desire you feel is not expressing itself in your life fast enough? You have to know yourself. Part of you knowing yourself, a practice with you knowing yourself, is getting in connection with your body. You cannot be so desperate and so impatient to want something where it clouds your intuition, where it clouds your discernment. What I believe when I hear people say they sold their soul, what I believe is that they wanted something so bad, they had a tight grip on it to the point where it clouded their discernment. It clouded their intuition. So when they were presented with what they thought were opportunities, it was a frequency that was matching their desperation. That is not a devil. That is not a demon. That is not you selling your soul. You cannot sell, no one can buy your soul. But there is something to be said about the energy that you are emitting. So when you are in a space where you are desiring an upgrade in your life, a new level of existence, a dream or dreams that you want to see expressed and live out in your life, be calm about it. Don't be desperate about it. Be calm in your desire. Understand that you are, yes, you are a creative person. When I'm talking about being a creative person, I mean really embracing your power to create. There's no force in that. You don't have to force that. You just be it. You just allow that frequency to be expressed through you. And it comes through being still, and it comes through being calm. So when you are calm in what you want, when opportunities do come into your field, your intuition will be on and at optimal levels, and you will know, is this opportunity aligned? Or is this so-called opportunity just a distraction? And you will understand that if it is a distraction, if your body is telling you no, this is not an opportunity, this is just a distraction, it is not slowing down your desire. Your desire is still taking form. That's it. It's not slowing down any type of your manifestation. And you may be asking, well, why do I have to experience those opportunities that look like opportunities, but they're really distractions? Because you're in this physical body. That is a part of the human experience. Your spirit having this physical experience. So yes, things that are not aligned could be presented to you, but you use the discernment, you get still, and you ask yourself, where is this opportunity coming from? Is this opportunity aligned? Yes, this opportunity looks like it's something that I want. It looks to be aligned with what my desire is. This looks to be an avenue to bring me my desire. How does my body feel about this? And before I end the video, when you're asking that, sometimes an answer will not come up right away. This is where patience comes in. Because when you are asking those questions, know that the answers do come. Sometimes they do come right away. Sometimes they may come later on in the day. Sometimes it could be 2 weeks based on our time frame. Sometimes it could be 2 months. But you cannot be so desperate in what you want where you push away your accountability, where you end up taking an action on something that was meant to be a distraction. Okay? So, you being in your creative power, it involves you knowing that you are in control of your own. You embrace your soul, okay? and I'm hesitant using the word control, but your soul is your soul. All right. Yes, you came here with desires. You came here with dreams. Yes. Beautiful dreams that you have for your life. And as a sovereign being, you know that those dreams are already complete. So you don't have to lay down your integrity. You don't have to lay down your accountability. If you do take an action and you find that it wasn't the best, you don't have to say, oh, you sold your soul. You can say, yeah, I observed that maybe that wasn't the best, but now I get to tune into my intuition more. This is my opportunity to now sharpen my intuition, turn into my body more, access the wisdom that's already in my body that will guide me to receive my desires, to receive the things that I want to receive in my life. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say in this video. Your soul cannot be sold. There's no being out there looking to buy your soul. You are the creator. You are sovereign. Know yourself. Know that you have accountability. Period.